Now I was a baseball player and trying to live my dreams, and I was 18 years old. I'm in JUCO. I'm in my first game, and I tear my rotator cuff. So I'm in my fourth inning of the game, and I knew this was coming because I was on a lot of painkillers. At the time, I was having obviously a lot of arm problems, but I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't understand the body like now, and I just kept pushing it. It just shows my mentality. I have a pretty stubborn mentality, and it tore in the fourth inning, and it just laid down on me. I mean, that was like, when you talk about dead arm, that's dead arm, where you literally, I went all over college baseball to try to get my eligibility. So I went to Little D1 first, then finished up in a NAIA, where NAIA will more easily give you your eligibility back. So I wound up getting 6 years eligibility, and I took that time to just try to get healthy again. And I got in. I think the key was, I was going to baseball trainers right after the surgery, so quote unquote baseball trainers, and they were trying things with me, and they're like, doing tubing isn't fixing your arm. So they were like, well, maybe the doctors are right. You're probably not going to have a lot of opportunity, or you're probably not going to have the time to play college baseball, which is what the doctors were telling me after surgery, that you just don't have eligibility to get this thing back in time. So I started looking outside of baseball, and I found a great coach at the time, Kurt Hester, who was a well-known strength and conditioning coach, who was an Olympic coach, but it was an Olympic mentality, and it was really game-changing for me. It put all the size on me, all this strength and this power, and it allowed me to get back to baseball a lot quicker. I think if I didn't do that, I never would have gotten back to baseball. And then I came back home, and I was like, I think there's a mechanical understanding of this that could really take all this athleticism that I had built in the weight room to another level. And that's when I got curious about Tom House, what he was doing with the shoulder separation. And I wound up going out to California and just trying to figure it out. And that's where I really started to put the foundation together of the biomechanical system that I use with TopVelocity 3X pitching, and understanding how the lower half really drives hip to shoulder separation, which was me taking all this lower half stuff I had learned from Olympic lifting and bringing it into baseball, bringing it into pitching. And this is when I'm 6'2", 235. I'm cleaning like 295, squatting like close to 500. I was a monster, benching well over 300 pounds. The mechanic stuff was really important to me because I was having a hard time really getting a lot of that athleticism into my velocity. And I put all of this programming and these mechanics that I come up with, and then it just boomed. I mean, it boomed pretty quick, and then it just never stopped growing and becoming what it is today, TopVelocity. So I really believe it's how people come into the sport. A lot of people pick this sport because it's the sport you don't have to work that hard in, right? A lot of people go, well, I don't want to play football because I have to bash guys' heads in, and then I have to do 2-a-days, and I have to lift. And then these other people go, or some people go, well, I don't do soccer because you got a lot of suicides, you got to run the field, Indian runs. And there are other guys who are like, well, I don't want to do basketball because that's a lot of suicide, that's a lot of running. Baseball, they just sit around and hit fungos, and they chew bubble gum, and they grab ass. So guys are like, yeah, let's play baseball. You can be really lazy. When it really comes to enhancing the kinetic chain, maximizing its ability to create power and its ability to stay efficient to maximize that power, there's no better lifts in the weight room to do it. I mean, I believe I have more 90-plus testimonials than most facilities. Guys that are getting guys 70s and 80s and getting them to the 90s, I believe I have more than anyone out there.
They tell everybody in this game, if you want to be at the top, you have to be elite. And to be elite is to be natural or genetic. And that's not true. That's why I developed the TopVelocity training methods. Because I'm going to give you the ability, if you're willing to work hard, if you're willing to grind, if you're willing to learn how this works and apply it well, I'm going to give you the ability, without all the best genetics, to become an elite and to play the highest level of the game. And that's what makes me excited, and that's what makes me fired up with what I can do in your career, the impact that top velocity and these methods can have in your career, it's game changing. It makes the hairs stand up on the back of my neck. And I hope it does the same for you. So let's get started. I'm with you.